We're MLA Canada.
We're MLA Canada, and we're celebrating
20 years.
20 years
of real estate success.
That's easy. It's our people and it's our culture. We have this incredible group of individuals that share a collective vision about what it means to be experts in our own respective fields. We also love real estate, right? Like, this is something that's in our hearts. We take incredible pride in how we understand it, in how we design it, and then also equally just the strategies and the platforms that we build when it comes to pairing home buyers with the homes that we're a part of marketing and selling. We also hope that the development partners and the home buyers, they can really feel that on all the projects that we are participating in.
I'm definitely most passionate about my family. I've got a young family at home. Growing up in the sporting community, I've had the luxury and have been so fortunate to be involved in so many different sporting organizations. And so when I think about what I want for my family, it's very much to follow footsteps. And be involved with that sporting community. They're involved with hockey, they're involved with soccer, they're involved with swimming. And so when I'm outside of the office, very much a big believer in that work-life balance, but you can often find me cooped up in the car, driving the kids to and from sports. And no, I don't have a minivan.
Yet.
Not yet, not yet. I need a few more children before that happens, I think, but.
Oh, that's a tough question. Like, where business starts and stops for our industry is a tough one. So many of my closest relationships are actually within the work that we do. Like so many others that are going to talk about, family, of course. Like my beautiful wife, Ashley, and my two daughters, Brooklyn and Harper, are absolutely my heart. But you know, on the weekends, it's about getting lost with them, and through the work week, it's kind of chasing down some of the other passions that I'm in pursuit of. Athletics has always been a big part of my life, and also chasing down some challenge. I love being curious and trying to learn new things. COVID's been fantastic with that because it's forced and brought on some new habits, and cooking's one of those things right now that I'm pursuing, and I think poor Ashley and the girls have had to deal with the outcomes of that.
Some better than others, I hear.
Yeah.
I hear you do make a great apple pie, though.
It kind of starts and stops with apple pie for me.
Award-winning, prize-winning, competition-winning. Yeah, well, it's easy to say that my family and my daughter are definitely high on the priority list, of course. I think outside of that, those who know me know that I love to sing, and I participate in a choir, which is a lot of fun and just great to have something to use my brain in a very different way. And I would say outside of that, we watch a lot of sports in my house. I'm definitely a big sports fan. My current obsession is F1, actually, and all things Steph Curry.
Oh yeah, I would have thought basketball for sure, so there you go. Outside of MLA, I am most passionate about my family. It's easy. My wife Sarah has been so supportive for my entire career. Wouldn't be sitting here without her incredible support. My son Lachlan and Olivia are, of course, very, very close and dear to Sarah and I. And I think what's really cool is that we've really aligned all of our interests. So we really love skiing together and doing sports together and really spending that time. So that for me is an easy question.
What about the wine?
Not even close, but
really?
You know, I thought about it. It's on the list.
Well, definitely a broken record at MLA here. I think family is top of the list for all of us. So no different for me. I've got a little 3 and 5-year-old, 2 little girls at home, and family and the kids are really everything. I think it's a huge part of why we do what we do and the legacy that we all hope to create in our industry. We joke about an MLA daycare, and I think it's time to actually. The kids are all at different stages, but it would be probably fruitful for us to get that going. Outside of family, I will admit it, not like Cameron here, but food and wine and just being social and having great connection with people is definitely top of the list.
So more than 5 years ago, before MAC and BLVD merged, I was really immensely proud of our reputation, the great work we were doing, and yet I had felt we had stagnated. And I felt like we needed to reach for that next level, and I was seeking that. And of course, I met this company, or observed this company, and slightly younger, right? Slightly younger company, and really they were making great waves. And I said, oh man, this is very, very exciting. I need to meet the people behind this and see what's happening here. And I knew Ryan Lalonde back in those days a little bit, and he was leading that company with Shayna, and so we sat down, had a coffee, and I think we were kind of dancing around this sort of potential of thinking about the future, and one thing led to another, and after a protracted time of dating, it just became very natural that we had great aligned ambitions to do great work in the future.
Significant milestone for us since the merger. I mean, I think Brittany would be mad at me for the rest of the week here if I didn't say the expansion into Fraser Valley. Jokes aside, it's been fantastic to have such a strong, knowledgeable partner for MLA Canada out in the Fraser Valley, and to watch Brittany grow that piece of our business has really been a huge milestone for us as an organization. But outside of that, milestone's such a strong word, and I think for me personally, it's come in the smaller moments, the collective moments. And I think back, even today, it's such a moment of reflection for us to a time probably 3 to 4 years ago where we were all sitting around our boardroom table at our Homer Street office. And we were talking about vision and growth and alignment and all kinds of fun business topics. And I remember looking around the room and recognizing that all 12 senior leaders at the table were the right people to take us on this journey that we're so excited to embark on. They all think like business owners and have so much commitment and grit for the business and for what we do. And that for me is definitely a milestone, or a moment specifically, that has really stood out in this journey that we've all been on together.
Wow, I think even after all these years, I still love the projects. I still love the never-ending puzzle that we are trying to solve. No two projects are the same, no two clients, the market is always changing, and I love trying to strategize and figure out how we're gonna get that next sale. I love the product design, I love marketing, I love sales, I love figuring out how we're gonna communicate that message and figuring out what those messages are. And even after all these years, I still love the project work. So certainly that being a part of my role is a big reason why I love what I do and why I still do it. In addition to that, I definitely love just mentoring and inspiring our young staff. They provide so much joy, and they teach me as much as I teach them, I think. And when I think about legacy and what we're trying to do, and you think about, that high school teacher that you had who had such a positive impact on your life that you think of fondly. I want MLA to be that for people. I want us to be able to provide that kind of experience on their journey, and I think we have an opportunity to do that and impact people positively, and I love the fact that I get to do that every day with our staff and with our people, and it brings me a lot of joy.
In projects, when we're working with a client on a project, we speak a lot about the inches. We talk about how every single decision creates success or impacts the success of a program. And I don't look at our business any different. It's not one person, one value, one decision or moment in time for us. It's a collective. It's a group of many, many decisions and many moments in time and many inches. But if I think about where the most impactful inches came from, it typically ties back to our people. And I know we've spoken about that a lot today, and I think it'll be a continuous theme for us. We've just got such a fantastic group of individuals who support us. And as an organization, our team is carrying out the vision of our business in so many different pieces of the days and the weeks and the months. And there's a strong commitment from our group and our team. There's a true sense of ownership and pride, and a lot of hard work and passion that comes from that group of team members. So I absolutely think that is a huge part of our success. And of course, selfishly, I think we all like to believe that we're part of the success as well. And from a partnership perspective and a leadership perspective, I believe the success comes from diversity for us as an organization. We've got 5 very, very strong, unique personality styles. We're all very different. We bring something different to the table, and being able to bounce off of 5 different perspectives and keep each other in check, and ride the highs and the lows together, I think has just been a huge part of why we always land on our feet, and why we've been able to create so much success in the market around our brand.
One of the things that the passion came from for the expansion was one of our core values, and one of the core values that means the most to me, which is our commitment to the MLA experience. I know that each one of our partners up here as well, we stand shoulder to shoulder in this. And so when we thought about the opportunity for the Fraser Valley market, this was the first thing that really came to mind, which is, how do we better service our existing development partners? They were, of course, the priority. But then how do we look to create memorable experiences and opportunities for home buyers in that market and that region as well? We know that the Fraser Valley market and the region itself is going to grow tremendously over the next 20 years. We're expecting an additional population of 500,000. I suspect it's going to be even more than that, just given the opportunity there and how desirable the region has really become, even just in the short 5 years that we've had here. So it's very exciting to have the office space there, but we've now got a great team that is committed specifically to Fraser Valley. They know this market like anybody else, or better than anybody else. I'd like to take credit for it, but I know that the team that I have on the ground, and the sales team, the marketing team that we have dedicated to that region is really a big part of the success that we've had to date since our office opened 4 years ago.
I think to your point as well, though, like, you played just like a really instrumental role in the Fraser Valley office opening. You were passionate and long about that marketplace, your belief in it in terms of providing real housing to Metro Vancouver over the next decade is going to play a very vital role. And out of that just came, an interesting business opportunity for us to really jump onto. But and you look back to where we began with that journey a few years ago to where we are today. It's just been fantastic to see.
Absolutely. And it's interesting. I mean, Shayna just spoke about inches, and inches for us over the last 3 years has been everything. I mean, we opened our office space in late 2018. We all know that in 2018, 2019, the market was very rocky, to say the least. And so to really see the success that we've had, particularly over the last 12 months, the extreme commitment and trust that we've had from our development partners, specifically in that region, and also our development partners from Metro that are really starting to see real opportunity in Fraser Valley and land holding in Fraser Valley. So we know that this region is going to continue to grow, and we're excited to just be playing a firsthand role in the growth and the development of the region.
When we're working with our clients, I am incredibly proud of the great work that we do, the work that I do with my colleagues here and many of our teammates. And really, we're striving to innovate not only the homes that we design and influence, but also the experience of the homeowner. And so it brings me great pride to work with our clients in that pursuit. And when we can drive around the city and we can look at projects and we can see them, and we know that man, we had a hand in how that building was designed or developed, and more importantly, how it was consumed, and the success that developer was able to realize with our involvement to get a shovel in the ground and get that project built. For me, I feel a real sense of connection to that project. And so regardless of where we can drive around the city, it brings me just great pride to know that we played that really critical role in the journey of that particular project. And yet we can't do it in isolation. We have to do it with great trust with our development partners. So really we work collaboratively together. And so I guess what ultimately brings me the most joy and pride, and I know I've got alignment with everybody at MLA, is to be able to be aligned with our clients, to work with that pursuit, to really do great things that shape our city and really create that incredible consumer experience. I've been enjoying doing that work for almost 30 years now, and hopefully we'll continue to have that collaboration together and with our clients for many years to come.
And you nailed it, Cameron, with respect to driving by and seeing our buildings. I mean, I know all of us are so passionate about family, but I can speak for myself in just saying that, you know, you get in the car, you drive down the 200 Street corridor, Cambie Street corridor, and you're so proud. There's so much pride in knowing that, you know, we had a hand in those buildings, and such a big part of the evolution of these neighborhoods. And that really is everything.
Yeah, I think there's no secret that we lack diversity in our industry, particularly at the senior leadership level, and that's both gender and racial. And I'm certainly someone who's, you know, anyone who knows me knows that I'm passionate about equal opportunity and diversity. We've had many conversations about this topic internally, especially given just my passion for this. You know, now as moving into the chair of that subcommittee, what I'm most excited about is the opportunity to provide a platform for some really smart, talented senior women in our industry so that they can be seen and they can be heard. And I believe that if we can provide that platform for them, that will open more doors for them to have that platform, have them be seen and heard by the broader industry, and that's going to, you know, hopefully drive that diversity forward, and they're going to be great role models for, you know, others in the industry.
The work we do at MLA Canada is extremely complex. We work in an uncertain industry with very, very complex problems that we work towards solving. Suzana, you spoke about that, and that brings us great creative collaboration and joy to be able to work together to pursue that. And I think the one piece that I wouldn't want to change is that opportunity to work together with my colleagues and my clients and our clients as a company. I really enjoy when we come together, we roll up our sleeves, we think creatively about the best interests of our clients, and how do we really solve these complex problems. And going forward, I can't see that changing, and so I certainly that would be one thing I'd want to continue to be able to work with.
Cam, that was a very, very polite answer, I feel like. I appreciate that. You spoke a little bit about the complexity of our business and the challenges that we face. And one thing I hope never changes is Mr. Ryan Lalonde's passion for solving a problem. If there is something that has to get sorted with a win-win for all, I hope Ryan continues to always show up with 100 great ideas and thinking as creatively as he always does.
I hope we never lose your trash talk.
Well, you'll never lose it. If you want me to turn it up a notch,
I do.
We could do that too.
It's nice because whether it's on the field or from the cheap sheets, it's
it's there.
Yeah,
it's there. Yeah, it's there.
I love that the perspective is always so different. Like, it's rare that all four of us come in with the exact same perspective into one conversation, and I think we're better off for it.
So my first thought was we could be the Beatles, maybe best band of all time, very distinct personalities, obviously, you know, culture shifting, massive, you know, their list of songs is like massive, top number one hits and all that, but kind of ended a little tragically. And when I think about our spouses, I'm not sure anyone wants to be the Yoko Ono.
Fair.
John Lennon.
So if I sort of maybe go to a plan B here, I feel like one band that comes to mind is U2. They obviously, again, they've been around for a long time, so longevity. They also have a string of number one hits and songs that are really well known. There's also different characters in that band that make each other better. But also, they're philanthropic, and they also, I think, have an air of professionalism about them, right? Like, they know what they're doing as artists, and they've really built a career by being, yes, great at what they do, but also professional about it. And when I think about what we do, you know, we really want to be polished and professional and have a really high quality of work, as well as have passion and creativity and all of that. So U2 is my final answer.
We're going to continue to do our best to deeply understand the markets that we're active in. We're going to look for opportunity, and we're going to really build out and innovate services that wrap around our developers and do our very best to support them through all aspects of the development life cycle. As an organization, I said it before, we love real estate. We're an organization that has this entrepreneurial spirit about creating value, and that's going to continue to be our focus. We're going to create and innovate powerful real estate outcomes for every project that we touch and do our very best to find great ways of building incredible homes for the home buyers that we are participating with in the marketplace. We're also going to continue to build upon these strengths. In many ways, it feels like we're just getting started today, and we're really, really excited about that. I think something that's really standing out for us as well is just the ability for us to deeply understand markets. What we're really talking about is how we're going to build better homes and pair those with home buyers in the marketplace. And we're an organization that loves real estate, and we always will. Our organization has also this entrepreneurial spirit of creating value for our clients. And we hope that people can feel that. So our future is going to be all about how we focus around creating and innovating powerful real estate outcomes for the business and for the development partners that we work with.
Ryan, that's very well said. I also, when I hear you talk passionately about that, I know it gets us all excited. I just think about, as you always say, fighting for those inches, and I see it as we're never complacent. It's so easy just to take the path of least resistance, just sell some real estate, but we are so passionate about leading our industry, pioneering our industry, doing our best. So when I reflect in 20 years from now, I certainly know we're going to be continuing to pioneer, continuing to strive for perfection, and really looking out for our clients' best interest, and partnering with people both internally and externally that have that alignment. So I get very excited when I hear you speak about that.
I think what we're also talking about is just growing the industry's strongest leadership team and then growing incredible talent, right? And that's something that Suzana touched on a little bit earlier. It's something that Brittany and Shayna play very, very active roles in. It's all about finding these incredible individuals and then setting them free with some of the incredible work that we have. And I think that that's going to continue to be a hallmark of what we are. It's part of our culture, right? When you think about our values, it's something that we feel really stands out. And what's really exciting about the future, and we've talked about this so many times, is that we are going to continue to pursue the things that we think that we can do really well, and we're going to stay clear of the things that we're not interested in pursuing, and we're going to do it our way. And that's something that I think that we can all celebrate.